In this episode, I check out this amazing rock pool in the middle of the sea, explore a pitch black underground cave, nearly get swept out to sea, and view the vast amount of coconut trees. Now it all might sound fun, however the weather certainly wasn't on my side. Hi, I'm Andy and welcome to my Siargao episode in the Philippines. Now if you watched my last video, I ended my time in Bali because after having not brilliant weather in Bali, it was a bit of sun, just mostly cloud, and I know that Philippines has just the most amazing beaches, amazing weather, so I went to Siargao with excitement. However, it didn't turn out quite how I was hoping it to. Let me explain. Day 1. I had been in Manila for a few days and catch the plane from here straight to Siargao. I haven't been here before, but I had always been told to before when I was in the Philippines. I arrived just after midday, checked into my accommodation and then instantly walked around the area, and it was just such a beautiful sunny day. I really loved the laid-back town vibes, but I wanted to go straight to the beach to lap up those sun rays that I've been missing in Bali. So spent a few hours there before having to escape because it started raining. Oh, just my luck. I decided to get a bite to eat, headed back to my Airbnb to play with the dogs, then went out and checked out the nightlife. There's lots of bars that do cool laid-back live music. It was just chill. Day 2. It's day 2, so I'm really looking forward to a sunny day so I can check out more of the area. I'm walking in the rain, just walking in the rain. What a glorious feeling. I'm happy again. Bloody rain. Yup, my luck didn't change from yesterday. I went out for a really nice breakfast, then literally walked around the small town in General Luna for a bit, then just went home because it literally just chucked it down all day. And there's not really much to do indoors. Siargao is quite an underdeveloped island, and this also doesn't help due to the recent typhoons that happened and just wrecked most of the island. So that's why pretty much everything is outside. Day 3. I got up, grabbed some food. It wasn't raining, so made a break for it and rented a bike and explored the island. I thought, I can't let this rain hold me back. I just gotta hope that the weather changes. And this is where I saw more of the island, just long open roads, huge swamps and rivers and man-made shacks, further showcasing how underdeveloped the island is, as well as the typhoon aftermath. My first point of call was the Coconut Trees View Deck on nicknamed Coconut Road, a top tourist attraction that you can't miss because it's on the main road you drive on and it overlooks hundreds, if not thousands, of coconut trees. It really is quite the sight. And I thought, you know what, this would be a great spot to get some drone footage. So I flew it up, got a picture of me as I had no one else to take it for me, then was just about to fly it up and caress the skies, and it started raining. Of course it did. What else would the weather do? So I had to quickly land it and wait for the rain to stop, and thankfully my drone was all right. Luckily it was just a shower, so I jumped back on the bike and headed off to the next location. About 15 minutes drive down the road, I made it to Pagungawam Marsh, I think that's how you say it, which is home to the Philippines crocodile. It was just a short pit stop really, as there wasn't much to see as it's quite dense with foliage. There's a few monitoring stations around the marsh, but I never saw any crocodiles. It was then another 15-minute drive to Magpapongo Rock Pools. I hope to God I've said that right. A really cool and unique place that you can only visit at certain times of the day. It's literally in the middle of the sea. However, when the tide goes out, left are these beautiful clear blue rock pools that you get to swim in, dive into from rocks and just explore. You're just encased by the very near sea waves that will be joining you when the tide comes back in, as well as the really nice wide open golden sand. There's only a few shops and restaurants here, but that doesn't matter as the main attraction is the rock pools. To get here, you can either walk through the sea water or can walk along the ledge to the left where you can climb down the small rocks into the opening of the pools. At the time of getting there was a nice handful of people there, not too much, so you still get to explore without having to, constantly swim into people. I just couldn't get over how blue the water was. It was just so pretty.
Need to do up my swimming shorts then. They're literally hanging down. You see all sorts of crabs there around here. All on the rocks. I mean, it's pretty cool around here. Not a great lot to see, but yeah, it's just cool swimming amongst the rocks while the tide is out, really. I just wish it was better weather for it. God.
I then swam to the edge of the pool to get out and explore the sea. It really is weird though how these nature-made pools form in the sea.
Yeah, you would not be able to stand on here in the high tide. Just so crazy that you're kind of standing in the middle of the sea and the waves are just like right there. I don't know if they're still going out or if they're coming in, but yeah, some pretty big waves as well.
It may not look it on camera, but the waves did get quite big here. But hey, hang on a minute. What's that in the distance? Oh no, it can't be, can it?
So there I was thinking, oh, it'd be quite cool to get a drone shot round here, and then this goes and happens. Yeah, I knew it wouldn't have been good to do the drone, so please, chucking it down if you can't tell. It's alright, it's kind of warm, it just feels like I'm being bitten like 100 times by a mosquito. That little stinging sensation. But it's nice. I guess there's only one thing left to do, really. It's tipping it down like this, and instead of standing in the rain, you're just going to have to go in the water to, I don't know, dry off. Oh, much better. Literally, I can't even see the waves anymore. The storm is here. Oh, what do I do? Do I stay in or go out? I don't know. Oh, it's chucking it down now. Wow. My stuff is over there. Oh, I'm going to get soaked.
That pretty much ruined the rest of the day as it just rained non-stop. I rode back home on the bike, got absolutely drenched, and was just another night just dreaming, can I just have one day of good sun or two, that's all I asked for. Day 4. It was quite cloudy, but at least it wasn't raining, so headed back out on the bike and went to Tbang cave pool. God, is every location something I probably mispronounce? It's a really cool underground cave that leads to a lagoon that is actually quite deep water. You have to go through it with the help of a guide that you give a small tip to at the end. He'll also supply you with a helmet and a torch as it does get pitch black at times. You are obviously underground. I did find it hard at times though, particularly trying to film in one hand and manoeuvre through the caves with the other hand. And also, there is quite a strong current down there too. Oh, and also wear appropriate footwear as my flip-flops kept flying off due to the current. It was quite comical having that guide constantly keep on singing.
Very dark, isn't it? Very dark, yeah. Isn't there bats in here as well?
Yes, we have a lot of bats.
Oh yeah.
Maybe 100 more.
Now, I'm not sure I saw any bats due to the darkness. Plus also having the damn torch keep falling down over my eyes while I was filming with one hand, trying to swim in a current. But it was still super fun. Although you definitely wouldn't be able to do this without a light though. After around 20 to 30 minutes, I made it out of the caves and saw the light. There's just a small bit of clambering over rocks and still having to be careful as it is still deep here. And it wasn't long before I saw the opening to the lagoon in the distance, with other people climbing rocks and jumping on a rope swing, and I thought, yeah, I've got to try this. Well, hopefully better than that. So I passed my camera to my faithful guide, climbed up the jaggedy steep rocks while showcasing my huge arse, and took a leap of faith. I wanted to do a backflip from the swing, but thought, actually, just in case I hit my head on a rock, let's not, as, you know, although it's deep water, however, you can't see under the water. And then at the end, there's just a small diving board which you can jump off, but again, it doesn't appear high on camera, but it is still fun though. It was good that there wasn't really anyone here, under around about 10 people or so altogether, and that's guides included, so particularly going through the caves, you can go at your own pace. And that's the end of the underground caves. You then come back to where you started and realise you've literally just navigated through the caves under the road you just travelled on, proving how small they are, so yeah, you won't be here an awful long time. The weather seemed to be holding up, so I drove back up the road to the coconut view deck as I wanted to get my drone in the air that I failed to before. There was a lot of wind and my drone kept telling me to land, but I thought, no, I'm getting this shot. And you can really see from these shots how far and wide those coconut trees go. It really is quite the jungle out there. Well, I'm finally glad I was able to get the shot, and more importantly, because you've guessed it, it started raining again. So landed the drone, drove back home and just chilled the rest of the evening. And you know what? I started to think to myself, I'm starting to get a little bit sick and tired now of this constant rain. It's just ruining my plans. And you know, I was beginning to run out of ideas on what to do because again, everything is just outside. You know, I really wish I didn't book a whole week here. I really wish I could just book a flight and just leave. But I couldn't. Day 5.
So it's the next day and I thought, looks a bit cloudy, it's been a bit raining this morning. Let's just go out to the beach and just try and will the sun to come out and stop the rain. Yeah, I did that and I sit here for about 5 minutes. Now look, I'm sitting here, I'm not going anywhere. I want this sun to happen. Got my towel around me, got my poncho over my bag. I mean, it's really nice round here. It's very, I'm all on my own and I wouldn't really call it a beach. It's really peaceful round here. It's just the mother rain. I'm sure it'll pass, that's what I keep telling myself.
It just brings back tears watching this over. I literally opened up a meditation video on YouTube to try and bring some peace in me and not let the negativity affect me. But it really was just nice and peaceful here, just nice calming waters with the rain dropping onto while sitting on this small little part of the island where no one was. Probably because they thought, you know, what kind of idiot would go out there sunbathing when it's raining? Yeah, me I guess. And then looking back at the footage of my drone, I see there was plenty of other beach spots to sit on. Just my luck, if only I just walked down a bit more. Well, it doesn't matter because the rain came down even more, preventing me from sunbathing. Hurrah! So I just went back home, chilled and cried myself to sleep. Day 6. It actually wasn't raining, but was immensely windy. I was really running out of ideas on what to do, so I drove about an hour to another beach, just in case the weather changes. But before I got there, I took a pit stop off at Masin River. God, who knows at this point. Now, it's supposed to be another popular tourist attraction where you can jump or swing off a small bridge into the river. Also, some bamboo rafts and boats to sail down. However, I really didn't see the fun side in paying to enter. It just looked a bit, I don't know, rubbish. So I got a picture of it and just drove on.
Well, we finally made it to a nice beach. There's no one here. It's incredibly windy today. Today and the next few days, I've seen on the weather app, it's going to be very windy. It's taken me about an hour to drive up here from General Luna on the bike. Very windy. I was getting blown off course a bit here and there. Tried doing the drone and the drone wasn't really having any of it. It was saying it was too windy. Really big waves here for surfing. Again,
It's cloudy though, there's no sun. I stayed on the beach for maybe around an hour or so and just thought, yeah, this is a bit ridiculous. I'm pretty much sitting in what can only be described as a tornado, so I ended up just driving back home. On the way back, I wanted to showcase how people live over here with the man-made shacks they build and how underdeveloped it is. However, in the distance, I saw a dog playing in the middle of the road. I decided to slow down and maneuver around it. However, it decided to scream in terror and instead of moving away from me, decided to run into my oncoming bike. I was literally a hairline away from running over the little thing, but unfortunately in the process of this, because I was filming with one hand, I was unable to, fully brake, so I had to brake with one hand and stick out my flip-flop foot onto the road and brake with that. I took off a massive chunk of skin out of my toe. Oh, it wasn't pretty, and I was not a happy bunny, that bloody dog, but that's Asia for you. Wild animals cause such accidents on the roads that they're just bloody idiots sometimes. So I just nursed my toe back to health for the rest of the day. And then went out in the evening. As it wasn't raining, I grabbed some really cheap and nice food and checked out more of the nightlife. I went to another live music bar, which turned into a little dancey bar. Day 7. Literally nothing to show for this day. It rained all day. I did absolutely nothing, and now I was just sick to death with this place. Never have I ever wanted to get the hell out of a place as much as this place. I was just completely done with it. I was a broken man and I just thought, what an absolute waste of time and money this week has been. But I thought, you know what, whatever, today's the last day because tomorrow I get to go on a plane and leave this forsaken place. Hey, so you are not going to believe the nightmare that I had. So for reference, I have left Siargao now. I am in Bohol, completely different island. So this is what the next vlog is going to be about now. But how my last trip ended in Siargao. Oh, that was stressful. So I left on my last day to get the flight. Got the taxi, waited around an hour for it because it's Asian time, they don't come on time. Went all the way to the airport and paid the driver. And as I was travelling there, I got an email on my phone saying, oh, flight has been changed, cancellation. Okay, this is worrying. I'm going to get there and just double check. As soon as I get there, as soon as the guy opens up the door to let us out of the taxi, he goes, says, oh yeah, flights have been cancelled. What? Why are you letting us know now? See, what, you knew this the whole time? And I was in the car with a few other people as well, and they're a bit confused, like, what is cancelled? So we're all like, what? So what do we do now? The taxi man said, yeah, all cancelled today, but you can go into the ticket office and find out. So I'm like, what the hell? I want to get off this bloody island. We pretty much find out that because of a little bit of rain and a little bit of clouds, that the airline CP Pacific, they're not really landing any flights because of the visibility. I don't understand. It wasn't that bad at all. There was only one flight and it was fully booked, and a lot of people were on standby for it. The next flight for my airline wasn't until 3 days later, and I thought, this is not an option. I am not staying in this I don't want to say hellhole, but just I don't want to stay in this place any longer. So I'm just talking around to just random people there, just thinking, what are we going to do? What are you going to do? I don't know. Someone said, well, why don't we try and get a boat to the next island and get a boat from there? And I'm thinking, if that's our only option, let's just do that. I was hearing someone say about an hour or 2 hours to the boat to this other island, and then it's an 8-hour boat from there. And I thought, oh my God, but whatever, as long as I get off this bloody island. I've done nothing pretty much for 6 days straight, just constantly rain every single day. So after around about half an hour or so, like talking to people and trying to think what our next plan of route would be, we came up with the conclusion, let's get the first boat in the morning. I think it's like 5-6 o'clock in the morning from the port to get the boat to the next island. So we got back into another taxi. We went all the way back to our original location in General Luna, paid the taxi driver, so that's like literally £10 I've spent for no reason. I spent, what, £4 or £5 getting to the airport for no reason, and then £4 or £5 getting back for absolutely no reason. So
complete waste of money that I could have done with. I don't go back to my Airbnb, I go to a hostel because I'm thinking, if I'm going to be getting up in the morning, is there really any point of me paying to stay somewhere? Because it's just going to be a waste of money. I'm just going to be staying in a place for around about 8 to 9 hours. So what's the point in paying an overnight stay somewhere? I don't do hostels anymore, but that was the cheapest place I could find. It was about £8 at this absolutely, it was kind of nice on the outside, but the bed was just shocking. It was just a broken floorboard, so my back just hurt. The mattress was like this thin, and it just so happened that they had music on that night, so I didn't really get any sleep. I probably slept for like 30 minutes, but I was just more apprehensive of, I have to make it off this island in the morning. I don't think I'm just going to go to sleep. I'm just going to stay up. Before we slept, me and one of the guys, this lovely chap from India, kind of made like little friends with each other, and he offered to pick me up on his bike. We were going to go to the boat, speak to someone, just make sure we can get tickets, make sure that the boat is actually definitely leaving, because we heard that the same day as we were trying to get the flights off the island, there was a boat cancellation, and we thought we can't have that as well. He kindly drove us to the harbour, so it was about half an hour. Got the tickets, and we like profusely kept on saying, so is there any cancellations? There's no cancellations in the morning. The first boat is definitely going out. And they're saying like, yes. The boat didn't get cancelled because of the weather. The boat got cancelled because there wasn't enough people that actually booked the boat. Oh, okay, that's fine then. So it's definitely going to leave it. The hell? What was that on my shoulder? Some bloody thing. So we booked the boat, some more money that I paid out for, another, I don't know, £4 or £5. Drove home, didn't really have much sleep in the hostel. This is why I hate hostels. (1 AM). I just like my own space. I had to get a taxi for around about 4 o'clock in the morning. You can either book a private taxi, which is going to be more expensive, but just a normal taxi person, I don't think you can. You have to book these tricycles or these tuk-tuk drivers, which are around the streets. You just go up to them and just say, hey, I want to book you for 4 o'clock in the morning. Can you come to my place? And they'll come and get you. And I was just thinking, what if he doesn't come and get me? Like, I'm just going to be running up and down the street like, give me a taxi, I need to get to the bloody ferry. But no, thankfully he was really early. He was like 15-20 minutes early, got there no problem, and I got on the boat, and that was like step 1 done. I thought, right, I'm on the boat, now we just need to just get to this other island, get me off Siargao. I cannot stand it here. Got to the other island, it was beautiful sunny skies. I thought, yes, things are looking up for me finally. Nice to see the sun again. Even though I'm seeing it now. I'm on a different island though. And then I booked my flight from Siargao. Siargao, is that how you pronounce it? Booked my flight from there to Cebu, so I had around about a 6-hour wait or so. I got the cheaper flight, just wanted to enjoy the sun. Thankfully the flight came, and I made it to Cebu, and then I got the boat last night. So a very tiring day. After all that stress, not much sleep, getting a boat, getting a plane, and then getting another boat to the island where I am now in Bohol. Just woken up and it's nice weather today. So yeah, couldn't be more happier. So that has been my nightmare from hell. Do I recommend Siargao? Maybe not in the month that I went, you know, going in February, don't go. Wait until at least April, because before I got there, people were like, oh, it only rains for like half an hour and then it's all sunny again. Oh, you must have brought the rain with you. Like, it's been raining every day. Like, this doesn't normally happen. Climate change, blah, 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 blah. No, I don't want to hear any of that. Just don't risk it. Don't go in December, January, February, March. Don't do it. Just wait until at least April, I would say, because if you're not into surfing, there is bugger all else to do. Well, no, there is things to do, but you only need like a day or two. I could have literally been there for 2 days and then just shipped right back out of there. I was literally scratching my head on things to do. So if you're a surfer, do it. If you're not, leave it. Anyway, I'm literally gonna get the stress away from me and just enjoy this sun now. Catch you in a bit.
And that's it. That's my experience in Siargao, and I am so glad I made it out of there alive. Now, most people will probably think, all right, you're being a bit over dramatic. It's just a little bit of rain. Just go out and get drunk. But no, not if the rain prevents you from doing anything. And we're not just talking, you know, a little bit of rain. Like, oh, I just put an umbrella up, you know, that would do. No, like absolutely torrential downpours where floods can happen and there's absolutely nothing to do. And this was pretty much every day. Now, obviously you don't have to take my word for it. It very well could just be a horrible fluke that happened to me. I have friends that live there and they say it's the best place to live in the Philippines, if not Asia. So there must be a reason for them to stay there. I just certainly didn't see it in that week. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. As I said, my next video I will be in Bohol and showcasing my experience there. Here's a sneak peek. There was no rain. Anyway, until next time, I will see you then. Bye.